Just so beautiful under the moonlight tonight. I've waited for so long to feel your heartbeat next to mine. Won't you come on down? Forget about your past. Everything's alright now. You can't take my hand. Won't you come on down? Forget about your past. Everything's alright now. You can't take my hand. You can't take my hand. Everything's alright now. You can't take my hand. Just so beautiful under the moonlight tonight. I've waited for so long to feel your heartbeat next to mine. Won't you come on down? Forget about your past. Everything's alright now. You can't take my hand. Come on down. Forget about your past. Everything's alright now. You can't take my hand.
No, wait, this isn't it. Wait. This is me telling you it's about to be it. So I'm Emmanuel Snooby. I'm a stand-up comedian. You may recognise me, but you probably Fantastic Four.
That's called putting your heads together and making an ass of yourselves. No, you're the best.
Oh, welcome. Do you know what? When they first asked us to do this, they asked me to host, and I don't know if they asked you the same thing. They said, have you guys got any requirements for when you want to host a show?
Soften it a little bit, but to me, one of the most fun of these things, you know, because I had a hard time, I had to deal with the costuming and everything, but we did 2 world tours with these movies after it. So we were flying around in like a G5 to all of them, and that was rock star shit.
That
was adorable. Oh my God. Could you die right now? Oh my God. This is a true story. When I was 10 years old, I used to go to a place called Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, where we had a little speedboat. My family and I would go in the summer, and we had a lot of fun there. And there was a place called Weir's Beach, and there was an arcade there. And my father would give us a roll of quarters, and we would be all excited, and we would run in and play all the video games and arcade games. And one of those times I was walking past a newsstand, and that's when I saw it for the first time. It was the Fantastic. There's something happening right now. And she's just walked to the back of the stage, and now she seems to be making like she's hiding. It's very strange. She's ruined the flow of the story. It's very strange. All right, so I saw it, and it was a Fantastic Four comic book, and I bought it. I bought a Fantastic Four, a Thor, and a Spider-Man, and they were like 10 cents a piece. That's how old I am. And or something, maybe at 25 cents, whatever. And became when I fell in love with the Marvel Universe. And when I was about 12, a couple of years later, having collected a bunch of them, I said to my brother, I was a young actor, and I said to my older brother, you know, I'm going to play the Thing someday. And he went, yeah. And I did. This is goofy.
Smile, everyone.
Oh, right, now they're done. Drop the microphones.
I met some of you already. Like, how'd you guys make it over here? I couldn't even be guided here.
It is a very big place. Has anybody lost themselves in the arena yet? Yeah, everybody. Nobody. And it's a one-way system in some parts. Oh, right, okay. I'm a little bit sweaty. So I'm going to start off.
You look great.
Thank you. I'm glistening. I think that's the thing. I don't want to take this cap off. I've got no hair. It's just going to...
Yeah, they're falling apart. They've been out in the sun a little bit, I think.
and there was so many cameos in there as well. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was, because there's a lot of comedians in there. There's Michael Rappaport, there is Matt Berry's in it at a certain point. Who else have we got? We've got Chris Parnell as well. And it's just sort of brilliant. And Cal McLachlan as well is very underrated as a comedic actor.
He's very funny, yeah.
Was it fun to play? Because you're kind of, there's not a lot of humour in you. You're just sort of like...
No, yeah, I mean, it is...
Bouncing off it.
Over there, you know, it's built into the game. You know, this real satirical humor is really, it's part of, you know, you hearing something that sounds absurd, but that's how people are. you know, just even after the apocalypse, people will be people. So.
And you've talked in other interviews about the character's trying to find his place in the world. In that.
I don't know that you can sit.
I've got to get a picture of this in a minute. Is everybody behind you okay? Because this is. So this seems like a good time to open it up to the audience. You can wait, you two.
Thanks so much.
Oh, welcome, hey, welcome, well, welcome to Liverpool and the UK.
Oh, thank you. I loved your work in Polar Express.
Thank you,
Big.
thank you.
That was amazing. That's really about all I can say is that, you know, things will take as long as they need, and we would never rush something else. That's the most important thing, is making sure that it's of a certain level of quality. So, yes, unfortunately, I'm not able to give any sort of estimate on that.
Okay, thank you.
The situation with all the weird people in my head. Sorry, what was the other part of your question?
How was lightsaber training?
Oh, how's lightsaber training? Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, we have a really amazing, awesome stunt team on the Jedi Games, headed by a guy named Darren Ross, who's just the best. And what's really kind of interesting about the motion capture stuff is all of the doubles don't have to look like you, because it's performance capture. So we're able to get people of all sorts of different backgrounds, age, sizes, you know, genders, whatever. It's just whoever is the absolute top performer in that specific thing. We've had like Chinese sword experts, we've had acrobats, we've had parkour people, we've had like all sorts of different people come in and do the most impressive shit you've ever seen. And sometimes you're just like, I cannot believe that a human being is capable of doing something like that.
Oh, jump in front of that one. You've been great, my name's Emmanuel. Maybe we'll see you guys, we'll see you on the tour, or we'll see you for the rest of the day. There's these all the way through, so have a lovely afternoon. See you tomorrow.
De-rig the guns at any point in the filming because it would just take too much time. So Jeanette and I were sitting here on stools with a rig to hold the gun while we watched Paul.
They had
and
fun
Bill,
and they got coffee.
telling jokes everywhere.
And we
having
sat
a
next
good
to each
time.
other like this.
How you doing?
I'm hurting. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling really bad.
Are you
To when can we go to the bathroom? Is it going to be difficult to go to the bathroom? And didn't you just go to the bathroom? That's really what it's all about.
It's the art.
I remember I was early on in the casting, and I remember I had a choice to play his role or my role. And
My role?
yeah, he said, I had a choice to play.
You're not pretty enough.
Because I think when you're the director and the producer and the designer and the writer and all that stuff, when you're on set, there's a lot going through your head. You're thinking about what's happening now, what happened before the scene, what's going to happen after the scene. And I remember talking to him one day. We were coming out of they had the rain, and when you show rain on film, you have to have a lot of water. And so we're going to do this scene, and we had blocked it, and we're blocking it. And I'm going, listen, when we do this, when I run out of the ship, am I going to go left or right? And he was looking me in the eye, and he goes, yes, and just walked away.
You know, like the star of the film does that. That was part of her thing. She could leave it.
Thank you. A question for all of you. You mentioned having a director that gets the best, using you to get the best out of you. You think a lot of characters, a lot of actors will take something from themselves and put that into the character. Is there any parts of you that you put into the character?
Nothing.
Guys, you've been amazing. Thank you very much. And a few rounds for the Castle Yankees.
There are lots on tour, actually. What a fabulous question. Any comedy fans, go to emmanuelstandup.com. I will be touring the entire country, so I hope to see you there. Thank you very much. Have a lovely afternoon.
That's funny. Mine was the first day shooting. I shot my last scene where I go down the ship with the stormtrooper outfit on, and I take my helmet off. And we didn't rehearse that or anything, so it was just like, first day shooting, all right, come on over. And then I get there, and there's like all these people in the New Republic, and like the smoke from the ship, and Hera, and all these, it was just like this massive build. And they're just like, all right, get up there, and it's gonna come down, you go. I was like, okay. And then we do the first scene, and I come down, and it's just like, it's so grand and epic, and I take off the helmet, and I was like, honestly, I was so emotional, not just because of the scene and the reunion with Hera, but just like, because I'm like, oh my God, this is so real now. That was my holy sugar moment. Yeah.
I was and no, I think probably I vacillate between 5 and 6. But for me, I do have to say, as magical as every single day was on Ahsoka season 1, it was that very first time coming out as Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and the Jedi episode, that just, because it was seeing Dave's face for the first time, seeing this character be real, and George Lucas came to visit, and I got to meet Grogu, and he met Grogu that same time that we were fighting the Magistrate. There was just so much special that we've just continued to build on since then.
Well, thank you.
Yes, what's your question? Number 2.
Probably want to do Bo-Katan or something like that. I think that's the one thing, especially when I do these fight sequences with Natasha playing Sabine. It's like, the Beskar is cool. Take out a blaster and use a gauntlet and fire and all of this kind of stuff is kind of fire, because then you've got that and a saber. If it wasn't for the fact that I had 2 sabers, I'd probably feel the type of way.
How was saber training?
It speaks your voice, and it also, I'm actually going on an evil day to the Jedi, May the 5th, but also May the 6th.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.
We've got a question at number 4. Is there someone at mark number 4? Is that Netta?
Yeah, you're right.
I can't. Touring all over the UK. We do it. Everyone go. Wait, we're not done yet, wait. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for coming this afternoon and have a lovely rest of your weekend. Ladies and Emmanuel Salebi, and good afternoon, good night.
Hey guys, thanks very much. Jeez, this is a big room, and I got a lot of this action. You sit over there, I sit over here.
We sit right away. We have to stay apart because we just became best friends. And
It was electric.
it really was. This is so. I've got other questions planned for other people. I've got nowhere to start because you've done so many cool things, so many cool bodies of work.
I've also done some shit things, but
you know, this is life size. I'm just massive.
yeah, everybody thinks Nick is 6'3", but actually it's just forced perspective. This guy, what a guy. I'm really glad I met the fella. So yeah, different movies at different times.
Oh, I'm gonna go because
I don't do Keith Lemon anymore, I just do me, but I've been told that you're interviewing me about Keith Lemon, the film I don't really want to talk about because of the rubbish apparently. Yeah, how's it going? Good. You've been a good Comic-Con.
No bad, I send a lot of pictures.
How are you feeling about the Scouse accent? I've been learning some Scouse accent, some words.
Go and do it.
Hey, check out the traps on that! No, that Jesse!
What's Brookside?
Oh, I love Brookside's my favourite one. It was. Go on, let's keep going. Just wait till you've got a question for me and I'll answer it.
was that number 4? Let's go. Was that number 3?
Japanese and hand painted and really good, and adults and virgins buy them. and I'm both of those. No, I've had sex. Remember, I've got kids.
I said if it's any consolation, I think any action figure is very hot.
Thank you. They got to cross over, other than Hugh Jackman, and they'd all been the previous cast had all been filming for like a month, and I showed up, and like within a day and a half, I think my hair was about that long, and I did an 18-hour session to put in like hair extensions. And I was nervous, but during this 18-hour session of hair extensions, Sir Ian, Sir Patrick and all that are in there filming, and I'm seeing them coming and going from the trailers. And so I'm walking past the trailer and I've got hair down to my arse because they haven't cut it yet. And I'm taking a break in this 18-hour hair extension session. And I walk past this trailer and Sir Ian is in there cooking for Sir Patrick. And they're like, James, come in. They were like, you've just come off stage, haven't you? You were just in the West End, literally a week before. Have you just done Macbeth, haven't you? And I was like, yeah. And they went, yeah, we've both done Macbeth as well. And I was like, oh, no.
When you're famous, they're like, what are they looking at? And then your mate will go, do you know who you are? Oh shit, yeah,
that one. You get it in the street quite often, somebody's chatting like that. Yeah, that reminds me.
It's weird, isn't it? I like it when you get free stuff though. And I've noticed if you're on telly, if you say it 3 times, they'll send you that for free.
Which one?
Just like Nike trainers, and they'll send you some.
I watched him once, and I actually got to do a scene with him, which was great. But I asked him about the turtle, because like the turtle keeps coming up in the book, and there's this whole, if you haven't read the book of it, there's this whole sort of other celestial entity that isn't Pennywise, that is the turtle, and the turtle's like a benevolent sort of creator or god or something good anyway, and the turtle's going to save them, and every now and again Bill feels the presence of the turtle, and at one point they go, oh, I think the turtle just died, and it did, the turtle died. Like way out in another dimension or something like that. So I kept talking about the turtle, I was like, can we get the turtle on the film, And the director's like, I wish you would shut the fuck up. And then he comes to set, Stephen, and I'm like, Stephen, tell me about the turtle. And he's like, the thing you need to remember, James, is that when I wrote this, I wasn't always completely sober. And little ramps that go on the stage called vomitoriums. And me and Nigel Hartman had to stand in these vomitoriums. He's in that one over there, and I'm in this one over here, completely naked for about 6 minutes. Like that, and I just kind of looked to my side, and my sister is sitting at cocktail. Once.
Thank you so much. I've watched all the movies you've played, and you're a really amazing actor. Thank you so much.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Let's make some noise. We're doing video of it as well.
it.